This is the summary of 1984, Book 1, Chapter 4 through 6. Mrs. Geimer for her ENL students from SparkNotes. People in Oceania are to deposit every scrap of paper they find into something called memory holes, which are just slits in the building. They're underground furnaces where all documents are destroyed and burned. Winston's job at the Ministry of Truth is faking the truth, literally as like fake news. What he does is go in and rearrange party's version of past and present events to make it match what they want it to say. He also has to track down other references and erase people that they want them to erase so the party can get rid of them as if they never existed. And they call that vaporizing. So the party vaporizes those people. He realizes that the party's version of the past might not be true because they've been altering it with fake news for so long and changing things. So he realizes once they act of forgery or faking something, once it's forgotten, anything that is faked could seem very real. So once the lie is told and it's believed, it becomes the truth. Book 1, Chapter 5 summary. Winston has lunch in the canteen or cafeteria at work with a guy named Syme, or Symey, who knows how to say his name, it doesn't matter, who is unfortunately too smart for his own good and starts talking about things he shouldn't talk about. And the party will probably vaporize Syme or Symey someday, and we know that's probably going to happen. Syme tells Winston that newspeak, or the language of that time period, is to narrow the range of thought so it makes thought crime impossible. That way there will be no words to express anything against the party or a way to rebel. He also sees the co-worker, the girl that he likes at work that has the dark hair. He sees her staring at him, which he thinks is kind of exciting, but then he realizes if she's a member of the thought police, he could get arrested and end up being a criminal. So he's kind of upset about that. In Book 1, Chapter 6, he starts writing in his diary about sex, probably because the girl he likes was just staring at him in the cafeteria at work. He starts writing about how he had an encounter with a prostitute in 1981. Basically, he's going through his sexual history here. He had a 15-month marriage to a girl named Catherine, who was, when he had sex with her, was only a duty to the party, to make babies for the party. So Catherine was really devoted to the party, and he hated that. So that's why they didn't last very long. Winston really just wants somebody to love. He wants to have some sex. He wants to have closeness, but the government doesn't really allow that. Big Brother won't let him. Any sexual act is a rebellion against the party. Even having desire for anything other than the party is thought crime. So therefore, he has nothing he can do. He's feeling dejected.